our song is done. We only have the 2-bus processing, which is cut on McSolaar, and we can do a with and without right away. So this is our song without 2-bus processing. Okay, a lot of everything. Let's explain what we have. So we start with the 542s. We have both the tape emulation and the red transformers. Then we go into the fusion, which I'm not using for anything other than the HF compressor. Then we have the SPL EQ cutting a little bit of somewhere around 1K and 2K. Then we have the mag EQ. We can see it here. I insert the mag EQ with just the airband and a little cut in the sub range. Then we have the NG compressor, and then finally the synth EQ, and then the spacecraft on the moon. So there's a lot on the 2-bus. Let's start by inserting one thing at a time. So let's bypass all this. We'll start with the tape emulation. Okay, obviously this adds the big low end. In this case, I'm a 15 IPS, just a little bit of blend. The saturation is always on my sweet spot here where the first amber light lights up, and just add that round, focused, hefty low end. And then we have the red transformers. Which add that magic to the vocals, to the snare. All the mid-range comes to life with this one on. We now have the HG2. We can see pentode and triode output, and I also have a flat parallel saturation. So this is not pushed too hard, but enough to hear the difference. So this is without. You hear that actually the volume is even lower with and without, so I'm not really worried about impressing myself when I'm mixing. I know how much I'm saturating, I know how much harmonic I'm adding, but we saw our mix, our final mix, right? So the crest factor, here's the track, right? This is one of the reasons as to why we have such a great crest factor. This one stay on, and then we have the fusion, which I'm only using for the HF compressor, because in this song, we have a lot of mid-range. We have a lot of guitars, a lot of snare, a lot of vocals, all in the mid-range. So I'm using this to take care of that mid-range. Especially on the vocals, when all the gang vocals and all the harmonies come in, it takes care of that range and it keeps it down and low so we can turn the volume up without hurting our ears. This stays up, then we have our SPL. This is pretty simple. I just felt like I had a little too much energy in that range still, and I'm just cutting literally half a dB, a 1.6, and a medium bell. That's it. You probably won't be able to perceive the difference. Basically see this move as the mix became slightly warmer, as opposed to I'm I'm cutting something because it's literally half a dB. So just to warmify the mix, just by cutting that range, that was a little too much. Now we have our 2-bus compressor, NG bus. So we are adding a little bit of THD, a little bit of saturation. I'm not using the iron. I'm using 15 milliseconds attack, 0.1 release. I'm 4 ratio classic SSL. I'm in stereo mode, and you will see how much I'm compressing and just barely tapping it with. But again, extremely important because this adds that final polish and glue and a little bit of top saturation with the THD, which is perfect for the genre. That's the other thing. This is such a great match for rock and roll. And you see the sidechain here is a 90, so we catch a little bit of kick still, but we want the mid-range to trigger the compressor. And then final touch, I have the spacecraft, but I'm not messing with it too much. I'm just adding 1, 2 notches of width. Still makes a difference because the guitars are so present in a mix that even just a little bit of this bring up so much energy in the sides and in the song altogether. And this is it for this course. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you liked it. And if this is the first course that you buy, we have something like 18 more. So you can head to the website mixbusstv.com and take a look at all the video courses available. Thank you for watching. I hope you learned a lot. If you have questions, you know where to find me online. Take care. See you next time.
Hands on my neck.